Lucy and the Lost Forest Treasure. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by tall green trees, there was a little girl named Lucy. Lucy loved to explore the woods behind her house. Every day after school, she would run through the trees, climb rocks, and discover new things. But there was one thing Lucy had never found: the Lost Forest Treasure. Everyone in the village talked about the Lost Forest Treasure. It was an old legend. People said that many years ago, a pirate ship had crashed near the forest and the pirates had buried their treasure deep inside the woods. Over the years, many people searched for it, but no one ever found it. One sunny Saturday morning, Lucy woke up with a feeling of excitement. She felt that today was a special day. As she ate her breakfast, she thought about the treasure. What if she could find it? "Mum, I'm going to explore the forest today," Lucy said, grabbing her backpack. "Be careful, Lucy," her mum said. "Stay close to the village." "I will, Mum," Lucy promised. But she knew that today she was going to explore farther than ever before. Lucy packed her favourite snacks: an apple, some crackers, and a bottle of water. She put her red jacket on and set off into the forest. The sun shone brightly through the tall trees, casting long shadows on the ground. Birds sang happy songs, and squirrels jumped from tree to tree. Lucy smiled as she walked purr into the woods. She loved the sound of the forest. It was like the trees were whispering stories of the past. After walking for a while, Lucy saw something she had never noticed before. There was an old, twisted tree with a strange mark on it. The mark looked like an X. Lucy's heart skipped a beat. What if this is a clue? She thought. She looked around the tree and saw a small path hidden behind some bushes. The path was narrow and overgrown, like it had not been walked on in many years. Lucy felt a thrill of excitement. She pushed through the bushes and started to follow the hidden path. The deeper she went, the quieter the forest became. Lucy could not hear the birds anymore. The trees grew taller and darker, and the path twisted and turned like a snake. But Lucy was not afraid. She knew she was on an adventure. After walking for what felt like hours, Lucy came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a large rock, and on the rock sat an old wooden box. Lucy's eyes widened. Could it be? Could this be the Lost Forest Treasure? She ran to the box and tried to lift the lid, but it was stuck. She looked around for something to help her. Near the rock, she found a long stick. Using the stick, she pried the lid open. Inside the box, there was something wrapped in a dusty old cloth. Lucy carefully unwrapped it, her hand shaking with excitement. But when she saw what was inside, her excitement turned into confusion. It was not gold or jewels. It was a book, a very old, leather-bound book. The cover was worn, and the pages were yellowed with age. There were no pictures, just words written in fancy, curly handwriting. Lucy was disappointed at first. She had hoped to find sparkling jewels or shiny coins. But then she thought, the treasure is not gold. The treasure is inside the book. She opened the book and began to read. The words were hard to understand at first because they were so old. But as she read on, she realized the book was a journal. It told the story of the pirate who had buried the treasure. His name was Captain Blackbeard, and he had travelled to many lands. But his real treasure was not gold or silver. It was knowledge. The journal described secret places Captain Blackbeard had discovered, strange animals he had seen, and the wisdom he had learned from people all over the world. At the end of the book, there was a message from the captain. It said, "To the one who finds this book, I leave you my greatest treasure. It is not riches that I give you, but the gift of learning. With this book, you can travel far beyond these woods. You can discover the world just as I did, without ever leaving your home. Remember, knowledge is the greatest treasure of all." Lucy sat quietly, holding the book in her lap. She smiled. The pirate was right. The real treasure was not gold or jewels. The real treasure was the stories, the adventures, and the things she could learn. Lucy carefully placed the book in her backpack. She felt proud. She had found the lost forest treasure, but it was not just something to keep for herself. It was something she could share with others. As she walked back home, Lucy imagined all the stories she would tell her friends and family about her discovery. She knew that this was just the beginning of her adventure. With the pirate's journal, she could learn new things every day. When she reached the edge of the forest, Lucy's mum was waiting for her. "Did you have a good adventure?" her mum asked. Lucy grinned. "Yes, Mum. I found the lost forest treasure." Her mum looked surprised. "Really? What did you find?" "I found a book," Lucy said, pulling the journal out of her backpack. "But it is not just any book. It is a treasure of stories and knowledge." Her mum smiled and gave Lucy a hug. "I am so proud of you, Lucy. That is the best kind of treasure." From that day on, Lucy reads the journal every night before bed. She learned about faraway places, strange animals, and brave people. And every time she read it, she felt like she was on a new adventure, discovering the world through the eyes of a pirate who knew the true value of learning. And so, Lucy's treasure was not gold or jewels. It was something much more precious, a love for learning that would last a lifetime.